Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your screen. You are seeing two large and in charge sexy individuals born of Big Daddy Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Not too many people know who Big Daddy Kane is out there, probably.
Well, of course not.
But anyway, I have waited hundreds of years to have this next guest on our show. One of my favorite people in the world. One of the first comedians that I got involved in when I first started. The one, the only, the incomparable. Si se puede himself, Mr. Israel Besqueda.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Oh, man, thank you for coming on.
No problem, bro. Thanks for having me on, man.
The Double T Amputee show. My name is Russell Cooper, and we're just going to talk, have a conversation.
Let's chop it up, bro.
Man, did you see Happy State Bank got robbed yesterday?
Yeah, I barely made it out, bro. You know, I'm unemployed. I had to get some money somehow.
That's the second time in a year that they got hit, and the last time was by a guy on a bicycle.
Yeah. I don't know. They're going to change the name to Sad State Bank. I don't know
to Happy Criminal Bank.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot of balls or false bravado to rob a bank on a bicycle.
I mean, shit. It had to be fueled by meth.
Right?
Had to be fueled by meth.
I'm telling you, it's the state of the world we're coming into today. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, with everything that goes on, I think we're so desensitized to. I think now they're so prone to get that like or whatever that. So hey, let's do something that's stupidly outrageous, but we got to pump it up a bunch or whatever.
Oh, so you thinking that's what it was, huh?
Yeah.
You thinking to get some likes.
I'm telling you, that's what happens when the. I don't know.
I got a funny little true story for that, bro.
Oh,
I always full of stories, but my life has been crazy.
That's why you are my ideal guest. Please, I would love to hear your story.
So, when I was 18, I just dropped out of high school and I started building houses with this Mexican group, right? One of the guys, I won't say his name, but he was the subcontractor that I worked under.
Is it Morgan?
No, he was a Mexican dude.
Okay.
But, you know, working with this guy, and he would pay us pretty consistently. And then, of course, you know, he started claiming he wasn't getting paid. We weren't getting paid. So we ended up stopped working with that dude.
Right.
Man, a couple of months later, this dude's on the freaking news for robbing a bank in Levelland, I believe.
I just don't understand how you think you're going to get away with that.
I don't know,
Especially in Levelland. Is Southwest Bank in Levelland. I don't know how many bills they're popping in there, but
I was just mad, though. I was like, I still didn't get paid after that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, working in construction and working in any kind of like a field like that, where electric company or plumbing or anything like that, I mean, you're just surrounded by less than stellar individuals. I mean, you're not going to get the Walter Payton Award for working in construction.
Yeah, nah, bro, nah.
Man. So what did you do in the construction world?
Oh, man,
Did you build wood?
when I did that, we were building houses. So new home construction. You know, I was the tool bitch.
What do you take away from, I mean, is this just like, oh man, this fucking sucks, I'm outside, we're killing myself, or do you like, man, I accomplished something, I'm building a home for
Oh,
somebody?
hell no, bro. I fucking hated it.
Yeah?
Hated every fucking inch of
I
it.
was just trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Nah, bro. So, you know, I allegedly grew up, you know, in the hood and allegedly was slinging dope by 13 and shit, you know, making good money.
Yeah.
And so when I had to do a real job,
Right. You
it
didn't
was
have to,
beneath me.
you and I, that's another thing we have in common, because I too come from a hood. East Side Lake Ridge.
I know, man. I heard it's hard over there, bro.
The Salisbury Street Bloods. I was the kingpin.
You were the kingpin?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. I'm from East Lubbock, so,
We heard of y'all.
you know.
We heard of y'all.
weren't allowed
The
to-
roly-polies.
Yeah, the roly-polies weren't allowed to found university.
That was, one of my jokes that I love is when you divulge how you got thrown into special ed classes. So you have been given like the key to just been like I don't know how to explain it. That's just like that's a golden ticket pass right there.
Oh, man, yeah.
But did you think that that's what led to hating construction?
No, it was it was obviously my homosexuality.
No, but I mean, so like when you got into the gang world, did that ever come out? I mean, did you have to hide that you were a special ed? Did you go special ed?
Well, I never actually got to be in a gang
Right.
because of my dyslexia.
Right.
I was always misspelling the gang signs.
That's another thing. Our parents, our moms met at the meeting for Moms Against Dyslexia. The damn
Yeah, the damn meeting.
But dyslexia, it is funny to talk about. You know, I'm glad I don't speak dyslexia.
Oh shit, I do sometimes.
I kiss that way.
You kiss dyslexia.
Oh.
Well, you know what I like about dyslexia is it is good whenever you're fucking the chick from behind and it slips and goes in the wrong hole,
right?
And you're just like, shh, I'm dyslexic.
And you go, I need Braille.
Yeah, I need Braille right there. Oh, okay.
See, you just gotta own it any way you can. Was that on purpose? No. I'm special ed.
Yeah, I thought that was really the front.
I thought it was handicap parking.
We flipped it. we flipped.
Oh man, this is a really long time, but like a story to tell. But sometime you're gonna have to remind me to tell you how. Speaking of butt sex, how anal sex sent me to the hospital 2 days after a session of really good butt loving.
Oh yeah, but your ass hurt that bad?
No, but I did fuck myself up. Yeah. But that's a podcast for another time.
I'll give you my funny story too then.
Well, if you got a good one, then I'll tell mine.
Tell yours. Mine is not that long. I'm saying
long.
mine's not long.
Okay, well, mine's kind of like it's and bobs.
Okay. Well, then
I don't mind telling it, but it's just long.
Okay. Mine is just funny. Okay. I was with this chick way before my wife.
I can condense it.
You know, and she was into it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get down, and in her little drawer, of course the lights are off. She's like reach in there and get the lube. I grab something, put it on.
Oh yeah.
And then and then when we go in, and it starts burning. Like, the fuck, girl? And she's like, We had got this icy hot.
Oh, you didn't fuck her with icy hot, did you?
It was the wrong stuff, dude.
No,
like, we didn't know because the lights are out.
She had a clean butthole at least.
And my dick was on fire.
I can imagine.
It fucking hurt.
An icy hot in my butthole.
It was, it hurt, bro.
I always hated, that's why I always hated those spray creams that you have, like when you're 13, 14, the air out.
Oh,
yeah. All those pores just open up so you dry. That shit burns forever, like that talcum powder.
Oh, man. Hell yeah.
I like sweaty balls, man. I'll let mine just drip.
Oh.
We're going to a dark place here. This is supposed to be a family show.
Damn, bro. It's double T.
Double T amputee.
Shit.
With my hat that's floating.
Yeah, I'm floating on nothing over here.
Do you have any cool stories that came out of the construction? They were building a house right next to my parents when I was growing up, and it was during the summer and I didn't have anything to do, so I just talked to this cat all day that was putting up walls, and he was like, "You want to see something funny?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And this was probably 1988, 89. And he whistled really loud. He goes, "La migra!"
Oh, yeah.
And 3 of his buddies jumped off the fence and started running. And he just started rolling, laughing. And I was like, "What does that mean?" He goes, "That means the border patrol.
Border patrol's here, man."
And that was just like one of the cruelest, most incredible things I've seen all at one time. Because they were building a 2-story house. And
motherfuckers go flying.
They were flying out of there. They weren't fucking around, but.
I've got a couple of funny stories. I've told one on stage, but most of it is just, like, let's just say hypothetically, I ended up being a supplier for these guys.
Right.
Because they all had a habit,
Right.
So I kind of was able to get a little bit back into getting some extra money on the side.
Your alter ego,
which elevated my status from tool bitch.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That often happens that way.
But the funniest story that I've told on stage, man, and it's true. Like I said, I was working for that dude who was a subcontractor. He didn't really speak a lot of English. Yeah. And then, of course, I don't know why it's weird because we're in America, but most of the time the foremans are white dudes.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're in America.
And so this guy would come around all the time, and redneck ass dude, and he would be like, what the fuck's going on? Da-da-da-da-da. But like nobody could speak English.
Yeah.
But he heard me speak English, but he assumed I was, I guess, from Mexico.
Right.
So he's like, well, I didn't know you knew English. I'm like, I'm American, motherfucker.
Yeah, you didn't ask me.
So he ended up, because he had that authority, I guess, which I don't know how, because the guy was a subcontractor, gave me an extra $1 an hour to be the translator.
There you go.
Funny thing is, though, I grew up in East Lubbock around a number of black people, so I really didn't know Spanish. Like, I'll admit, I understood it more than I could speak it. I couldn't really speak it at all.
They don't need to know that.
You know, but he was like, hey, man, I'm going to pay you $11 an hour.
He said, just, man.
You know, and so the motherfucker would come over and he would tell me, hey, y'all need you to tell them sons of bitches to move this fucking sheetrock over there and there.
Yeah.
And then he would leave. And then I would go there and be like, oh, yeah. El hombre dije, he needs you to move this over there. You know, like,
move this
over there.
Did you use the usted form?
Usted, amigo, hombres,
gringo pendejo, machismo.
You know, I got away with that for a while, bro.
Right.
And then one day it was about to rain, and that motherfucker came and he was like, you know, urgent, because we had a bunch of supplies out that should have been inside the house. We had already framed it up. And so it was about to rain and we fucked it up. So he's like, hey, tell them sons of bitches they need to get this shit in right the fuck now.
Right.
And I'm like, yes, sir.
Andale.
Waiting for him to leave.
Yeah.
He's not here. Tell him right now.
Yeah. He's using sign language at that point.
So I fucking, hey, el hombre dije, get this and move it inside. Get this and move it inside. And he's like, well, what the fuck? Say it in Spanish. Why the fuck I could say that? I was like, well, I don't know Spanish. What the fuck? Like, he lost his shit. Oh, he caught me, bro. Like, man. He lost his shit.
I would have just gone over there and been like, they don't understand my Spanish. They speak Castilian. I'm speaking Tex-Mex.
But he kind of like, I don't know. He didn't really get mad. He kind of like knew he fucked up. Yeah. But it was kind of cool. It was funny.
I have a similar story that kind of bit me in the ass. When I was in 7th grade, I went to Matthews.
Oh, shit.
And they bussed us over to Arnett Benson area. That's where, you know, where I fell in love with the Latinas the first time.
Oh, shit.
And so we were playing. It was the first time I got to play organized football after my accident. And so a couple of my buddies were these ne'er-do-well twins. There's Christopher and Christian Torres. And we were playing Atkins, which is a Vato school.
Oh, yeah. Right up the street from where I grew up.
And I was like, hey, guys, give me something to say about their mom. I want to piss them off. You know, come on, give me something really bad. He goes, all right, go over there and say this. So I go over there and I'm like, all right, cool. La onda. And got my 3-point stance. And I just looked at the guy in the face and, me gusta la chuga. Me gusta la chuga. And this motherfucker stood up, got a penalty, and he's like, why do you keep saying you like lettuce? I was like, is that what I said? He's like, yeah, that's what you've been saying, bro. I'm still friends with that dude to this day, but yeah, me gusta la chuga.
Let me jump off screen real quick. I'm about to grab that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting fucking ate up.
So if you are not aware of it right now, this is the first day of October, and here in the Lone Star State, the hub city, home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, soon to be the most dominant football athletic sporting conference team ever. It's a little bit warm still, and and myself included, are large men of leisure, and I'm not a very good host. I forgot to bring the beer, and yes, so we're going to say that this episode is brought to you by Cutter, because we can't afford the good shit here yet. We can't afford off. This is the name brand on. So, all right. But I only have time to worry about one leg, so. But, yeah, man, I think that I would take advantage of people, too, in a funny way if I had that ability to be like, oh, how do you say this, that, or the other? But now that I look back on it, that was one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me, because I fell for that shit. Hook, line, and sinker.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. How can you not take advantage of those opportunities when they fall into your lap? So you are a member of Lubbock's upcoming and very prosperous and very, what's the good word for it? Funny comedy scene.
Funny comedy scene.
I came out and you were one of the first people to just kind of come, not take me under your wing, but you talked to me and you were just kind of like, you were real cool about it. And you made me feel comfortable because I didn't know what in the hell I was doing, and you were kind of like one of the early ones that were like, all right, this is how you do it. And I saw we had a lot in common, and we had the same kind of mentality. And you just made it look so easy up there, and how comfortable you were. And I was like, all right, I got to take a vibe from that guy.
Oh shit, I appreciate it, man.
Oh, and you're funny because like some people get up there and they try to tell stories like, like Rafa or whatever, and they have these cool stories, but when you tell stories that are about you personally, I think it makes the audience a little endearing more to you.
Oh man, yeah, just that's kind of all I do, man. Just kind of tell my true story.
Right.
Like I used to tell people, man, I never grew up thinking I was gonna be a comedian. You know,
I don't think anybody did.
I just had a funny life, in my opinion. Shit that happened.
You have to laugh at shit.
Hell yeah.
I mean, life is how you approach it. It's all between the ears, and you can be a curmudgeon. You can sit around but when you get fired for lying to the boss about your translating skills, you know what? Like, fuck, this is gonna come in handy down the road.
Hell yeah, it's a good little story on the side.
You gotta laugh at shit.
Pulling out the icy hot instead of the KY.
Yeah, you'll never do it again.
Never again.
Your wife, I mean, I've had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of times. I mean, but she is obviously cool with y'all. You just divulging intimate secrets.
Oh no, she ain't cool with it.
No.
Don't get it twisted, bro.
Well, I've never heard of this. She appears to be cool with it. Miss Pasquetta, thank you for lending his to us for a short period of time.
Yeah, I love her.
So is it not always peaches and cream?
It just depends. Sometimes I go overboard and I hear it. Now, she's not a mean person at all, bro. But she's just like,
I know that, but
she's just like, you really didn't have to say that.
How did your son react when you showed him the fart joke that you told on your showcase?
Oh, my twins?
Yeah.
They loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it, bro.
We tell that story? That's a great,
so
that's when I fell in love with you.
I appreciate it. That was actually my first showcase, man.
Yeah.
My first one. Like I said, I freestyle. I don't have anything really planned out. So I was nervous as shit the whole time. And then right before, like literally before I was going to go, an hour before, my twin boys were like, Dad, we got a joke.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, well, what's up? Tell me. And so they told me the joke about their mom being an airbender, And so I tried to remember. I was like, tell me it twice. They told me like 2 times. I was like, okay, I promise I'll do it. And so we go. And then, like I said, I don't plan this out. So I knew I had to hit 11 minutes, but I'm not structured.
Yeah.
I don't have like a closing act.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? I'll just fucking do this at the end, And so it worked, man.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant because you played it off of, how you got back involved with your now wife and the story about how she basically manhandled you. And then you melted into that story. And it was just, and then you came off stage and you were like, you can do it too, bro. You're next. And that just like opened up because I was like, yeah, all right. I think I could keep up. That was the first time anybody ever told me something like that outside of Rafa.
Oh, shit.
But that was awesome. And then that was also when my Jungle Love kind of got reenacted because the Show Enough was on the show.
Oh, yeah. The beautiful Show Enough.
Cook.
No, I've always admired you, bro. Like, you give me like kind of a Rodney Dangerfield / frat boy kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Roy was, they were busting my chops the other day about the frat boy thing. I am well, if you want to go into the Panhellenic Society, that's up to you. I mean, some people need it, some people thrive on it. I have never been one that was someone who fit into the fraternal scene, so I've always been a GDI, as they say. But in that situation, I can't walk around all day wearing Ace Frehley shirts, and sometimes I want to be, And my sister, God love her, just loves to whenever she goes shopping. I got you this, and she buys me some cool polos and some cool shirts, and she's like, "This will look good on your show, or this will look good for your stand-up." And then, but I see the frat boy thing, but
but not in a fucked up way, bro. You ain't one of those like prick ass frat boy types.
I'm
saying you give off that badass, like I said, Rodney Dangerfield,
John Belushi,
John Belushi. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I learned from you and from others. You just got to go up there and be yourself. Because if you're not, it's gonna come across, and you're gonna. Pull a Morgan.
Well, no, I love Morgan, dog. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm actually a big fucking fan of Morgan. As much as I say fuck you, Morgan, and I talk shit, this dude, in my opinion, he is like comedic in the sense of when he fucks up, he gets better.
Yeah.
Because he gets so irritated.
Yeah.
It's just funny, bro. It's like, what the fuck?
I have told him this numerous times, and I'm like, I promise you, this is not a slight. I think it's funnier when you bomb.
Yes.
Because when he bombs, you literally hear crickets, but he's just like, no, okay. And he just moves on. And it just like, you know how much he puts into it and how hard he wants to come off it. And he just like, when he goes off on his rant, and then it's just like, cricket.
Yep.
And then, you want to go run up there and give him a hug or something, but
or when he gets mad and attacks the crowd, like,
and then he will, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's just, I think what it is about like Lubbock Comedy, since I've been in it, bro, like, when I got in it, when I really started to get it to know everybody, what I appreciate about what we have here, I've never really been anywhere else, but like what I love what we have here, bro, is everybody's individually themselves.
Right.
Like you said, nobody's up there trying to be fluffy or trying to be something. They're being yourself. And that's fucking hilarious to me.
Absolutely.
So Morgan is Morgan.
Morgan is Morgan. But I think that's why it's a cool little collective, because it's, everybody's very nurturing. I've never had anybody, but we won't get into that. But I never had anybody who was negative, or, there was like bullshit going on amongst like, so-and-so was upset because so-and-so. I mean, everybody, for the most part is very supportive, and, they always turn out for the most part, and everybody's kind of on the same agenda, just grind and get up there and try to be funny.
Yeah, we're literally building the Lubbock comedy scene. So there is no, gatekeepers like they have in bigger cities and shit. We're all fucking new, and we're hoping, or at least me, I'm the type, I hope any of us blows up.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck if it's not me, because I think one of us blows up, it brings attention to all of us.
I think that one person, I have my thoughts on it's our mutual friend. Or I think it's Tanner.
I said Morgan.
Morgan.
Tanner.
Morgan has the drive, and and he's very talented. And sometimes he can be funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time. I love you, Morgan. And but but Tanner just has that. I mean, 23 years old. If he was good looking, he would be selling out Netflix.
Obviously, that motherfucker. I say
he's great.
Honestly, like Tanner.
He's a great look.
Yeah, Tanner and Josh.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Josh do an open mic at Bar PM when we had a crowd.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm just sitting there watching this dude, listening to him, and it was like a professional comedian up there. It was like I don't know what the word would be, but it's like you were seeing somebody that's already there.
Right. Well, he's usually so, in the mood, because he's, time before the show, whatever he does before the show, but he's very calm, very chill, very relaxed, and his stories are just fun. And sometimes it's just like, man, dog, was that stuff about your uncle a joke, or is it real? Because you just tell it so frankly and matter of factly. It's just like, I don't know, it could be real.
Yeah, we've got some heavy hitters though, bro. I mean, you got Timothy, you got Selena, you got all these heavy hitters, like I said, that are just themselves, bro.
Right.
It just, what I hate about Lubbock, and I'm gonna be honest, like, I tried not to let it bother me, but now it does bother me, is the fact that we don't have crowds, bro, at our open mics. It's like you can't get the vibe off the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on what vibe you're looking for, okay, it's hard to pull it. Okay, so the new one that we have on that's at the Lucan that Curtis found, Lucan.
Oh, Tuesdays.
Yeah, but it's hard to break away during the week for civilians in 9 p.m. on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. RPM's more of a tech crowd, but they don't give a damn. They don't start till 11. But it's hard to pull people up. When I tell people, hey, you need to come to my show. Oh, when is it? Oh, it's 9 p.m. Oh, I'm usually in bed by 10. I was like, oh well.
I think You think maybe we have to bring it up the time, bro?
No, I mean it is what it is, because most of the places that's what's agreed upon. But I mean, I've had some friends, and ironically, they've all been the women that were my nurses. For somehow I've fucked myself up, and I've invited thousands of people, and those 3 ladies have showed up, and then it's the nurses. So I think we need to
medical field.
And I love nurses. I think nurses are the best thing in the world.
Shit, you know what? No, I agree with you, because I did my first showcase that time that you saw me, but before that, I think it was, I know it's in my memory. I remember it was my 7th time doing open mic, bro,
Right.
at Lantern. And that place was packed. And it happened to be a bunch of nurses for some reason and all that. Bro, that's the biggest time that I fucking got the most laughs. And it was just like, damn, but it was good. It was a good feeling.
And the lantern is kind of cool too, but it always seems like whenever it's an intimate thing, like the first night I hosted ever, it was a really small crowd, but they were locked in, they were into it. Everybody was on point. Everybody did their best show, and we had it moving along. And those smaller shows just seem to be where it's more effective and they're a lot more fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I do tend to have a little bit of better crowd presence I can sometimes feel like whenever I get a chance to do something level up.
Yeah.
I like to think I've met the challenge, but sometimes I wing it myself like you do, and I feel challenge myself to be like, all right, can I be funny right now? And then, I like that.
But you're feeling it now. What I'm talking about, you're feeling when you have the crowd, it levels you up, bro. And it's funny because, like, you know, everybody knows like I track mine, you know, so I've only done like 80 open mics, and so fucking it took me like 30 of them motherfuckers before I could even see the crowd, because of the stage fright. And now I'm at, like I said, I'm at the opposite end of it where it's like I kind of get discouraged when there's nobody but just the comedians.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I want the crowd.
And it's kind of it's sometimes that messes with your head too, because I was having a conversation earlier before we shot the podcast with Roy, and just it's still though it's reps. You know, you get up there, you can't be, oh man, blah 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 blah. If there's nobody there, well then you know what, stay or go home. Better get up there and tell your jokes. And
I think for me though, the only reason it bothers me is because y'all know I get up there and do different shit every time. So I'm not doing the same jokes. So it's like, man, like I'm trust me, I love that y'all laugh. Like I love doing it for you guys. But it's like, man, like I want to be able to do this for more people, especially since it's always going to be new shit, you know.
Well, and you've been on the injured reserve list recently.
Well, that, and then just life's been life and like a motherfucker.
Right. And then, it's hard being an overweight lover.
Yep.
I mean, people think that just because we're good looking, we're growing badass beards, you know, it appears that we've got it all. They think our life is peaches and cream.
Yeah, it's not, man.
Sometimes there's some hard things, you know.
And I mean, one of the most beautiful but hard things right now is my grandbaby.
Oh, that's right. You are running for Father of the Year, but now Grandpa of a Lifetime, King Abuelo.
Woo! My baby girl, she's 3 months now.
We're not walking at 3 months.
No.
What are we doing at 4 months?
Well, 3 months. She just turned 3 months.
Right.
So she's getting a little bigger, you know. She's tracking everybody with her eyes and making the agoos and, you know, like trying to talk.
Did she come out with the obligatory stereotypical full head of Mexican hair?
No, she had a little bit more hair, but it's not really a lot. Like,
she might be Parson, no?
Well, I mean, I am part whatever, you know.
But no, I mean, well, you know, for people that don't, more often than not, you see a brand new Mexican baby, they're parting it over from the left.
Yeah.
Look like those little troll dolls.
That is true. But, you know, honestly, I think, she was like, her hair, we're looking at it, starting to turn a little red.
What's your grandpa name going to be?
I wanted to be OG Paul.
No.
I wanted to be OG Paul, but you know it's going to be Grandpa or whatever she calls me.
OG Paul. What about Abuelo?
We don't speak Spanish, bro. Come on, where's she going to get the Spanish from? We're 5th generation. She's 6th. No, I'm 5th. My daughter's 6th. She's 7th generation. Well, By that point, the Mexican is...
You can be one of those really cool grandpas and just teach her bad, like incorrect Spanish. Be like, "Donde está la zapateria?" That means hello and welcome to the house.
Right? No, my mom said she's gonna teach the baby. She's like, "You didn't want to learn. Your daughter didn't want to learn. I'm teaching my great granddaughter."
But you know, I mean, it's cool because if you have that skill, especially in Texas, I mean, use guys, as they say in New York, y'all are gonna be, well, depending on how productive ICE is, y'all are gonna be the majority before too long.
Shit.
And rightfully so too, because I love the Latinas.
Well, really, fucking yeah. I didn't think like that because I always think Mexican, just Mexican. But fuck, have you seen how many Cubans, Dominicans, Venezuela? Like everybody's here.
Have you ever seen someone like if you call a Colombian Mexican or you accuse someone of not being the racist? Have you ever seen them freak the fuck out?
I had that happen to me.
Yeah, well,
I literally had that happen to me.
Where they think you were Asian?
No. I had it where they flipped out on me. Yeah. So in the 9th grade, we actually went to New Mexico for about a semester, let's just say. So here, bro, I call myself Mexican. Yeah. You know, most of my family's from Mexico.
La raza.
Mexicano. I'm Mexicano. I go there, I called them Mexican.
Right.
They fucking wanted to fight me, bro.
Right.
Fuck you, bitch. We ain't from Mexico. We're Chicanos.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is a Chicano?
What is a Chicano?
So they want to represent more of the Spaniard side of the lineage, not the Mexican.
So Mexicans would be more in tune with the Native American side of it, or is it just Mexico?
No, just Mexico. Okay. They got offended if you... What was funny is like most of the motherfuckers, their family came from Mexico.
Yeah, you know who you are. But
they wanted to be Spaniard.
Right.
I guess it was like an insult to call them Mexican.
Right. See, sometimes like in everyday world, whenever you identify someone as Mexican, like in your head, is like, is that slanderous? Like this Mexican guy was like, well, why does he gotta be Mexican or whatever? But
I don't see why, bro.
But that's the nationality of the person you're talking to.
Yep.
But I guess that's white guilt.
That's just fucking stupidity in America. Like, you know, you gotta look
at you calling me stupid?
Fucking motherfuckers.
You better use it instead for them.
Dog, we from the generation that wasn't even offended by, you know.
Right. Well, if you would have called my grandma a giddy or a wop, I mean, she would, she would, she would tear you up she would tear you a new one in some way, shape, or form. But I got racially profiled the other day before when it was still cold. I had my Italian jacket on, and I'm standing in line, and this fucking gavone, this testaduda, those are bad words in Italian, was standing up in the front of the line, and he was being a pain in the ass. He was being a motherfucker, and I was like, "Hey, come on, man, we got places to go." And this guy turned around, he goes, "Somebody put a fucking put a fucking cannoli in this Italian's mouth." He called me a guinea. And I was like, woo! You see
like,
it?
Finally, man.
I identify as Italiano. But it was so cool. But I mean, just like you do that in New York. But that's how they identify people, especially like my grandparents, the German dude or that fucking Jew broad or that Irish, so and so. But whenever those cultures, especially up north, in the old days, identified each other by where you came from.
I feel you on that though. Like growing up on the east side, like I said, predominantly blacks back in the day, and I'm light as fuck. Obviously, like
you are.
So my dad is actually
caramel.
My dad. I guess is half German Mexican. Right. I didn't know. I thought Italian for a while.
Yeah, you told me you were Italian when we met.
Still don't fuck. Honestly, we still don't fucking know because he told me Italian when I did know the motherfucker years ago. My mom says his mom said German, so who knows what the fuck? Yeah, but there's something there.
The only thing to be sure of is that nobody is pure. There is not one person who can say that I'm 100% anything because there's some, I don't know how to say it, but everybody's got a secret cousin that's got somebody in the woodpile.
Hell yeah, back in the juices.
Yeah.
But what I was getting at is like on the east side, bro, believe it or not, I used to get called white boy all the time.
Right.
They would always call me white boy. Right. And I would get offended as fuck. Because I was like, I'm not white.
Right.
Because you gotta understand over there for us, white was an insult.
Right.
Yeah. Because we were treated like shit by white people.
Yeah.
And so for the longest time, I was like, fuck you're Mexican. Fuck you're Mexican. And then when I moved to the white side of town because of Section 8, which was like junior high, I finally was Mexican.
Right. But
I was a spick.
So was what's his name from Blood In, Blood Out?
Miklo.
Miklo, was he based off of you loosely?
No, I guess I was based off him. Fucking.
But that's a really hard thing. I can't imagine that growing up where you aren't identified. That's why I think people that are biracial, are they really ever truly accepted by one side or the other? I mean, I know.
No, you're right. You're right.
And then you're not one side enough for one group, or you're too much of the other, and you're just kind of like, you know what? I'm fucking Russell.
I saw that too, bro. I saw it with a lot of we called them yellow bones and red bones. I don't know if you ever heard that term.
No.
Okay. All right. So
I've heard of a moon cricket.
Nah. So let me just tell you the vernacular back then. So a yellow bone was if you were half black, half white.
Right.
Redbone is half black, half Mexican.
Those were mulattoes, right?
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like on the east side, like you said, they were never truly accepted a lot of times.
Right.
Because you're not full black.
So growing up in the east side, did you ever see the albino twins, the black albino twins?
You know what? I must have.
There was a family, and every now and then I would see them around town. And when you see them, I mean, I just always wanted to talk to them and see like, what is it like for you? Because they had black features, but were albino white.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had cherry red hair, and sometimes you would see them walking down the street together. And I'm not making this as a joke, and I always would see them at the fair.
At the fair, yeah. Oh yeah, you
always at the fair.
Everybody in Lubbock would only meet each other at the fair.
Yeah,
like, you know, you didn't even know. I didn't even know motherfuckers over here existed until the fair.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
like,
but that's just got to be so crazy because being an albino, and then I couldn't imagine. Well, we can take that in a lot of different funny ways, but you know, I don't want to get
no, because like I mean, I've told it too that joke, bro. Like I seriously, I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah,
I really thought that white people were just rich movie stars. That was it. Because I never saw anybody over there on the east side that was white. Because I never really came past university. And then I would see them, but it would be behind the glass at the food stamp office.
Right. Yeah. You know, but I will say this though: just because the grass is greener on the other side doesn't mean there isn't shit in the fertilizer.
Oh
you know?
no, exactly, bro, exactly.
Yeah. More money, more problems.
But I had a weird ass upbringing, bro, because like I said, I grew up over there.
Yeah.
From birth until like fucking, I think it was like about 6th grade.
Yeah.
Nothing but black people, being called white boy. And then we got on Section 8 and they moved us all the way to, so there's Home Depot, there's some apartments behind Home Depot. They moved us over here on the west side.
Right.
So we went from number black to number white, dude. Culture shock like a motherfucker.
Right. Were you intimidated when you came over? Or like people were like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I was the gang member.
Yeah.
I was the, oh shit, you know, what's it like in the, like a lot of white dudes had a lot of questions about black people.
Right.
You know, like
do they really know each other?
Oh man, stupid shit, dude. And like, is there really prostitutes on every corner? Is there really drugs?
All the stereotypes.
Man, the stupidest shit. Is there really aliens?
Right.
The fuck are you talking about alien? What the hell do y'all hear over there?
What do they do
bro?
if they can't play basketball?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
See, I'm very fortunate. So I was born in '75, and my mom's family was sharecroppers and immigrants. And so we were always told, nobody's better than you. You're better than nobody. You know, we're all in this together. So I didn't grow up with a lot of, you know, you can't hang out because of the black. I've always had black friends. I've always had white friends. I've had a couple of Asians. You know, it never was a thing for me. I got bussed all over. And I can fit in with a lot of people except for that one amputee bitch. I hate her. I can't, for some reason.
You're like, I can't get along with the amputees.
She's the C word. But no, I mean, I was raised in a culture where, you know, everybody's everybody. And, you know, it is what it is. And so okay, so you are a very gentle, sweet natured human being. Does it like, now, were you, I mean, how hardcore were you?
No, I was bad, dog.
Like, what was one of the, like, give me without incriminating, hypothetically, what was one thing Biz would?
Well, until his daughter was born.
Not tip 15%.
Till his daughter was born, was your stereotypical allegedly shooting at people, being shot at, allegedly stabbing, allegedly being stabbed.
Right.
I've got a mark on the side of my head from an alleged deal.
Right.
You know. You know.
Was it worth it then? I mean, so was the birth of when you became a papa?
That's when my heart came. Yeah. That's what I tell everybody. I had no heart. I hated the world. I wanted to just hurt everybody until my daughter was born.
Right. Well, then you got that kind of, now you have unconditional love.
Now I have unconditional love.
Yeah.
I have it is a positive and a negative though, I will say, because I never developed a middle, bro.
Right.
And I did, okay, so what you see now is a result of 14 years of counseling.
Right.
As well.
Mental health is.
I will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough. With the original, what we wanted to do, it was to talk about trauma-based events on this show, because trauma can be funny, trauma can be traumatic, and if someone who is struggling out there if they see people discussing it in a healthy way, it was like, well, maybe it's time for me to go.
Brother, if you ever want me to get into it like that with you, bring me back and we will.
Absolutely, I would love that.
I joke around, but I grew up in a family that was well connected.
Right.
You know, kind of like the Italians.
Forget about it.
And there was known unalivers, and like I knew people that took people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a whole reality that one side of the whole, like I said, with the east side, we knew what real reality was, seeing people shot, stabbed, killed. And then when you come over here, kids your age don't even fucking know that exists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I do.
So by the time I came here, dog, I had already seen all that.
I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth, but I had a nice plastic one. You know, I was very well taken care of, never wanted for anything. My parents didn't get divorced until I was in my 40s. You know, I mean, blah, blah, blah. I'd never had those traumas outside of my leg growing up.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. You see it on the news, and like, what's so hard about, you know, blah, 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 until I had my first teaching job at Harwell.
Yeah.
And then Harwell is a third world country.
Yep.
I mean, when you're poor, nobody gives a damn about you.
Yeah.
And I saw it for the first hand, you know, the abject poverty.
Oh,
you know? I mean, I'd never seen that. And it was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me because it made me empathetic.
Yeah.
You got to learn empathy in life. If you can't figure out that there are people out there that need at least someone to be like, God damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Reality is completely different for people on, like, look at Lubbock, bro. It's not even a big ass city. And like I told you, on me growing up on the east side in the 90s was way different than somebody on the west side and, you know, this little town experience.
and, you know, as much as like the world you want it to have changed, I mean, it really hasn't advanced that far. I mean,
Nah, bro.
We go back and we go forth, we yo-yo.
And then like now crime's going up. You're hearing about all these shootings, but it's easy. For me, it's easy to know why, because look who's the parents, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Grandmas and grandpas,
and they were the motherfucking drug dealers, the gangbangers.
Yeah.
Like I've got cousins that are still banging, and they're fucking in their 50s. And you're like, dog, when are you gonna grow the fuck up, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got great grandkids now, and you over here fucking banging.
You're not going to win in that game. Obviously, if you're still doing it in your 50s, then you're not advancing up the ladder. I mean, what are you doing it for?
Then, I mean, most of my little cousins, bro, were pregnant by 13. You know what I'm saying? So now you got 13-year-old parents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really is a domino effect, because there was like a significant point where all of that started, and then it just mutated into what we have now, where the breakdown of the family, the breakdown of communication. We're all secluded. We're all in our own little world. We're insulated. We don't, you know, there is no conflict resolution. We're shown that aggression is what gets and which is not at all true. We don't know how to talk to people. We don't know how to listen. We just like, fuck you.
Yep.
And, you know, it was, we're so afraid of each other.
And then we like to put everybody in a group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
dyslexics.
Or like, you know, with the white people, I would have been like, everybody's a Klan member.
Yeah.
That's not true, bro. There's not all white people are racist.
Not all of us.
Yeah. Some of them are hiding.
Yeah. Morgan.
Yeah. No, Morgan's open.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, no. And we have a disclaimer running across. All jokes said about Morgan are in jest, and he knows it too. We love Morgan.
We didn't even specify what Morgan. We don't need a disclaimer. We ain't talking about that punk ass dude.
Morgan Fairchild.
Yeah.
But it was just, you know, and as you get older in life, I mean, you see your perspectives do change, usually with the birth of your child or meeting Weird Al Yankovic, or something magnificent happens, and in those moments, that is the God and or the universe telling, all right, here is a path. This is a fork in the road.
Yeah.
Go this way or go that way. And then free will.
Yeah.
And are you equipped to
break the cycle? Break it. And I will give myself credit. I broke the cycle, dog.
And one of the things that I admire about you walked into a ready-made family. I don't know a lot of men that would do what you did. I mean, I have a hard time, you know, with my girlfriend's cat. You know, it's just, why don't you like me? I knew I'm not your father.
Shit, I know.
I can't imagine, but that is to be commended, because those kids are growing up with luxury of having a semi-funny dude. But I mean, if there's a man in the house, and that's a lot better than not having.
Yeah.
You know, when you have someone, you know.
Yeah, my babies, my 6 kids, altogether 7.
Abuelo.
I appreciate it.
And you don't even, I mean, you're what, 38?
39,
39?
Bro. 39, got 7 kids altogether and a grandbaby.
That's a beautiful life. Did you ever think to yourself, like when you were rocking in the special ed class or when you're gangbanging, if you would have told your buddies, like, hey man, I'm gonna be a great grandfather one day and be on Amputee podcast and tell white people bad jokes.
Yeah, tell white people bad jokes.
Would you ever think that was gonna be your reality?
Bro, I didn't want kids at all.
Right.
I didn't want kids at all. I was gonna be a drug dealing kingpin, fuck bitches, and rule the world.
Right.
That was my mindset until my daughter was born.
I've been doing that for the first 50 years, and I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to find some. Yeah. I'm ready to find my little slice of Idaho.
I'm serious, bro. Everybody that knows me, they were like, "The fuck, bro? What?"
Well, that's one thing that I'm grateful to what comedy has given me. As a group of friends that, normally it's like the fair. If I saw y'all out in public, I'm like, I'm fucking walking on the other side of the street. You guys, I'm a frat boy. Y'all are degenerates.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, I've got a great group of dudes and a couple of ladies that are, they're stand up. They're interesting people. They've got great stories and normally you don't have those opportunities to just interact with people for very long. You have ready-made friends or whatever, and getting to meet people like you yourself and everybody else. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about building relationships and getting somewhere and laying down roots, and just it's all about the people you carry with you. You are who you hang out with, and
I think the beauty that would solve all the world's problems, bro, is humor.
Comedy
brings us all together.
I agree 100%. I mask my pain with humor. I've always been like that. It's like I see something horrible and it's just like, well, he's not going to need that job.
Exactly.
I have to make myself laugh or else I'm going to freak out because I take things very seriously and to the heart because I'm very emotional. And then if I don't crack a joke about it, then I'm going to sit there and turn into a Morgan.
That's how we are, bro. That poor dude, what was his name? Charlie Kirk or whatever the fuck got killed. I was like, damn, that sucks. There's a job opening.
You're gonna get us canceled.
Who's gonna go take that job?
But that's another thing too.
I'll talk shit to liberals.
How do you? But that guy had the balls to go into the lion's den daily and then just like have a dialogue with people. And he didn't escalate. I mean, his opinions were very strong. There are things that he had on it that I was kind of like, you know what? I can't tell everybody this, but I kind of agree with that, what he just said. Yeah. But not everything. But there are some things where like, oh, I'm a little bit Republican, Yeah. But to have assassinate him, like, he was just like a RFK, make a martyr out of him just because of the way he believed, just shows you that the lack of mental health awareness and opportunity in this country are so dissolved that we're not getting the help we need up here, and
we're losing the fundamental beliefs that we all shared as Americans.
Yeah,
freedom of speech, freedom to believe. Like you said, you have a conversation. You don't have to agree,
right?
But at least have that conversation.
I don't want anybody to agree with me 100%.
I don't want,
but I can still love you and disagree with you.
Yep.
But that's the important thing about dialogue and talking and interacting is you might be wrong all the time, and someone's like, you know what? But this, did you ever think of it from this? Oh well, you know what? You're right. Maybe Longhorns don't all suck.
Yeah.
Earl Campbell. I'm sure there's another one, but but it is what it is. But we got to learn to start talking to each other, and it's not corny. Love people. Tell them that you love them. Hug them. I mean, because you never know when shit's gonna go down. I mean, we could go to open mic and pop a blood vessel.
Fuck yeah. You
could get stampeded by your fan base up there, It is Dislights, But
straight up, bro.
Oh, it is 8:03 in the PM. You got anything else that you wanted to talk about, promote, or?
I'll shoot up the, what do you call it?
Open mic.
The open mic that we got going on at Lantern every Wednesday, 9:00.
I'm glad. So I enjoy when you're there. I was telling our female comic too. It's like I notice when you're not there, and there is a difference. You bring a vibe and like a jolliness, like but you have a presence where like everybody's like, oh shit, there's Iz, and when you walk in, you kind of command the room a little bit, whether you're aware of it or not. But everybody was just like, all right, where's Iz? Have you seen Iz? But like when you come in, everybody's just like, all right. At least we got him for 3 comics before he has to leave.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're coming out. I'm glad you came on. And when we come back on for our deep run at it, we'll have a little bit more structure and be a little bit more polished, but we're still trying to figure out here on the Double T Amputee
Yes,
show.
the Double T Amputee.
Double T with my floating head, and we wore the green hat up against the green screen on purpose. But I wanted to see
What it's going to look
now.
like.
It's just like some floating eyeballs. Who knows? Ooh. It is like, is there any social media on that you're?
Oh yeah, my YouTube page, man. You can check me out at Mr. Is WT. That's YouTube and TikTok. Mr. Is WT.
Awesome. One of the funniest people to come check out his show. His real life stories are fundamental. And come out and have a good time. And once again, can't wait to have you back on. Glad we're going to go tell some jokes here in a minute.
Let's do it.
And maybe we can get the Roy Toy to come out and say something.
Oh, let's get him.
All right. Love you, brother.
Love you too.
WTAPT show. We'll see you next time.